Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Perfect Balance Trod Class. We have with us Yaga, aka Teacher Ma'at, Bingi,
Greetings.
Okavango, the Rebel Guru, and I'm yours truly, Ras Dada. Yes, sir. Wagwan, and
Yeah, give thanks
Give
for
Give
life.
thanks.
thanks. Yeah, give thanks.
We want to give
Blessings.
thanks to our next glorious sojourn. Give thanks to our next opportunity for whole our collective reasoning. Give thanks to the moment. Yeah, great to see the item seat up and great to see the item active again. I see it. Yes.
Class in session.
Yes, class is in session. The Perfect Balance Trod Class is a place where conscious-minded and like-minded individuals are guided towards a full development of their potential through collective reasoning. We have the segment known as the Balanced Views, and at this point, we're going to turn over to Brother Okavango, who will take us through the Balanced Views for this recording. Okavango?
Yeah. Yeah, give thanks, Rasdada. So again, the Balanced Views section of the program is the section of the program where we discuss current affairs and get right into it. So today I want to talk about an situation happening in the Dominican Republic. Talk about the Haitian and Dominica immigration crisis that's going on. We see Amnesty International put out a statement. I'm going to read something from it. Amnesty International has stressed the urgent need for Dominica institution to eradicate racial profiling, structural racism, and racial discrimination, and to guarantee respect for the human dignity and physical integrity of Haitian migrants and Dominican of Haitian descent. Yeah, so this has been an ongoing thing where Haitians that migrate to Dominica, like they can't receive like
Dominican Republic.
The Dominican.
Dominican Republic, right? Dominican Republic. They can't receive like citizenship, like there's no pathway to become a citizen, and these people have been living in the country for some of them over 100 years. You know what I mean? The descendants from, you know what I mean? Descendants
The country,
like his
the
parents,
country was
his
one piece of
children.
land.
The country is one piece of land, is Hispaniola,
one
right?
piece of land.
Is.
One piece of land. And you have Haitians that are their parents, you know what I mean, go back like the grandparents that have been living there and still they can't get citizenship or nothing like that. Just because, you know what I mean,
They're Haitians.
yeah, right. So wanna speak at about little, so we're gonna kick it off with Ras Dada. What are your thoughts on this whole Dominican Republic Haitian thing?
We see a situation where borders can really create divide amongst the same people, right? Because Hispaniola partially colonized by the Spanish, partially colonized by the French, meaning Africans who were traded under Spanish enslavement settled in the Dominican Republic, and Africans who were traded under French enslavement settled in Haiti, right? Meaning all people on this island, this landmass, are Africans. But now, because one side consider themselves to be colonized by Spanish and one side colonized by French, them want to differentiate each other instead of making the place be one. Forget about the historical divide and make the place be one. They might try to find ways to maintain this divide. You know, see. No, all right, let's go even beyond that. Let us look on the situation happening currently in Haiti. Them basically are going through a civil war at the moment, right? Meaning people require security even at a greater extent now in this crisis going on in Haiti. And you're telling me that as a neighbor state, right? As a neighbor state, you see this going on. You're well aware of what is going on, and your response is to maintain this divide, implement stricter policies against these people in them lowest and most vulnerable state. And when you think about historically, the fact that Haiti is the one that really come and liberate the Dominican Republic, it even put more a bitter taste to it as well. So that is my initial response.
Yeah, give thanks, Rasdada. Yaga, what your thoughts?
Yeah, man. So, as I said, that is the root cause of the problem because the country has been divided along the line of language, where the Dominican Republic side, you have majority settlers, Spanish settlers, remain in Dominica with a few enslaved African. And because the Asian side is predominantly black and practice African cultures and African tradition, you find that the Dominican side, they want to practice their Catholicism. To this day, that is still manifesting in the issues that we're having. So it is deep-rooted and it is complex. It's a really complex issue. And on the economies of scale, at one point, the Asian economy was booming because of the coffee and sugar production over the years. And Dominica was underdeveloped, so they're still holding the grudge. They're still holding that grudge. For centuries now, they're holding that grudge. But we know it's one land and it's one people. So there has to be a solution where we can find common ground. You see, status. What is a status? Just status. You're refusing someone's status based on their African ancestry. But that is not only happening in Dominican Republic, it's happening all over the world.
Globally.
Where we find ourselves being marginalized and being refused travel and being refused status in many countries. So that is why a lot of countries are silent on the issue, because they are guilty of the same practices, and it's a practice against African people anywhere you go. So
True. Real talk.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, give
Real talk.
thanks, Yaga.
Yeah, man.
Bingy.
Yeah, well, just to expand on it still, we is racism, right? And when we talk about La Hispaniola or Hispaniola, for example, Haiti is the first in a lot of things. Haiti is the first settled um uh settlement by
Colonies.
European, right? In
Yeah,
yeah,
man, I will
in the
say.
Americas, so
Yeah, man,
but
I
not
will
only
say,
that, if
man.
we look at how it developed too, and we had to take France into consideration what's happening here too, right? So Spain colonized the island, they controlling the entire island. They started have piracy. They divide the island between the Spaniards, right, and the French. But here's the difference in Haiti: the Spaniards and them, they actually were settlers. So a lot of them settled in what we call DR today, right? That's what they did in Dominican Republic. And they had a lot of intermingling too. So they had a large Spanish and mulatto society living in DR. The French, when they got their part, which is the western part of the island, they did like this always do. They brought African slaves in masses. They weren't thinking about settling. Them as colonizers, right? So they were figuring out how to bring Africans to the island to work, right? To plant cotton, rubber, all them things. Remember, Haiti was the biggest producer of rubber too. So we had to take in
yeah,
consideration
man.
how the French seeing them now. So they bring slaves. So that now, right, that translates into racism, right? Because now you have Africans on one side and you have majority Europeans on one side. So even after Toussaint Louverture doing thing and they fight and they had the civil war and the whole island was free, these mulatto and Spaniards, they don't want to be ruled by no Africans, brother. So them now rebelling. Remember, they rebel. So they rebel
from
and
that time
respect
until this
slavery
time,
wages until this time. So it's racism. It's simple, it's racism.
Yeah,
That is
give
how I
thanks,
cite
Bingy.
it. Yeah.
It's indeed racism, man.
Yeah.
It didn't begin with this sitting president no,
No.
because
It's
we
almost
hear
cultural
about
now.
what his name is, Chulio or
Chuyo.
Chulo.
Chuyo.
Yeah, from that time, what is 1937, there was like this unknown um massacre killing
Mhm.
15,000 Haitians.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean? And
Yeah.
that same president Chulio
Chuyo.
is he was the one that started the deportation of
Yes.
not it was at that time it wasn't Haitians, you know. It was just black people.
Mm-hmm.
So once you were black,
African.
you were considered Haitian, and you were sent to Haiti. So people who, you know, when Africans that came and was born in the Dominican Republic, who never been to Haiti,
Yes, yeah.
ended up
In
in
Haiti.
Haiti because they had black skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he wanted to whiten
Yeah.
the country. And I mean, and this is a not so much talk about massacre, what we want to call it.
Atrocity.
Yeah, that happened in that time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
But it's
we see
racism.
this, yeah man, it's racism, man. But we see
Yeah.
them thing there
Yeah.
But
in a Haiti over
but
and over.
you know what really get to me with this, right? Is how easy we are to just pick Haiti. You get what I say? Like
Who is me?
as in black people in the West. How them deal with Haiti.
No, but you say we,
Right?
you know, because yeah, but we right as of right now, you know. So
Right. But
some
what
people,
about a general we as in the West, right? Globally me I talk about now. For example.
I am from the east, no, sir.
Okay, sir, good. Like me I say, right? Me I say, when it comes to Haiti, brother,
Yeah.
like, all right, think about when the earthquakes strike in a Haiti, and people group comments was, oh, because them practices why God a punish them. You understand what I say? I look for them and say, brother, it's an earthquake. What do you mean by God a punish them? It's an earthquake, and if you want to go through a tribulation, so we have to activate ourselves now and really help and do what we can do for help, right? Even
It's the
look at it like
general
that.
comment. It's the
Yes,
general
sir.
comment when things happen to African people.
Yes, sir, I gotta
Them
punish
say
them,
because
right?
we're
But
person.
especially Haiti. But especially Haiti. And
But
when we look historically for Haiti, we know why too, you know. Because
okay.
them are the ones who really did have the audacity because say them are gonna stand up and rebel against this oppression and do something about it initially when nobody else never feels to do it. Right?
Right.
Them a punish them to this. Them spread a whole lot of propaganda about them, spread a whole lot of misinformation about them, and brainwash people about the Asian
Yeah.
people,
That's
right?
part of the
But
problem
Right.
because the Dominican
Republic,
Republic
yeah.
have them up
DR
for
Republic.
that.
DR.
Mhm.
For that
Yeah.
reason. See?
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
when Haiti had to pay a reparation to France, Dominican Republic find themselves having to pay some of the reparations as well. So all of them
Mm.
is still lingering on.
Yeah, man.
Where we are
A
sleeping at
whole
the
lot of things.
manifestation and everything what them can't forget and them can't forgive.
But but
Yeah,
but
I said it go.
but who
I
did
said it go.
DR pay?
Yeah,
Why
man.
did DR pay reparations too?
Because it was one as well.
Nah, DR was always controlled by the Spaniards. It was never controlled by the French. Ever.
No, remember they control.
No, Haiti. Yeah, but I'm saying the French. The French never control DR.
Right, but if
Yeah,
Haiti
but he
control
must
them,
say bingy
Haiti have right to pay.
because
It
when the country
control
get
them.
free and Haiti control the country, so when it was paying back reparations, it was like
Money a come from to them
the
side
whole
too.
island paying back reparations, so they
Yeah.
were paying back reparations also.
Reparations as well, right?
Right,
Okay, so yeah,
seen.
yeah.
Before
So
the
the point I'm
independence
gonna make
from
do is
Haiti.
this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Sure.
point I'm gonna make do is this that I say in terms of solidarity, because of the history of Haiti, a lot of people don't want to stand in solidarity with them, right? Because when
Right.
you think about the DR, right? When you think about the DR, right now is one of the most popular tourist destinations,
Yeah.
especially for African people,
Yeah.
especially for African people. right? So what me I say is, where is the uproar? Where is the cancel culture? Where is the willingness to boycott when things like this are happening to our own? You
Cheap.
understand what I say?
Yes,
Where is
it's
that?
Yeah.
cheap holidays, so they don't mind.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
Right. Right.
they're not going to boycott, right? And think about it, right? Haiti already has been tarnished, right? And
Mhm.
stigmatized, right?
Mhm.
So in the minds of African people in the West is a place them
Mhm.
don't really want to go because what
No,
am I
but they
going
want to go to
for?
DR, and it's the same place.
Yeah, but one side is underdeveloped. Let's be clear about what Haiti is, right? Haiti is still
Mhm.
underdeveloped except with some small pockets areas, right?
Mhm.
Whereas DR is
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
more developed, right? They have more
Right.
developed cities, stuff like that. So I'm
Mhm.
saying in terms of what they offering now, people gonna wait.
Mhm.
They're gonna wait, right?
Right.
For
Yeah.
example, first night I talking to a youth he from Guyana, so he telling me he from rural Guyana, but he say, but it's real country. I say, but yeah, he's a countryman. So that is what I interested in still, right? As a so it's the
Yeah.
same thing. People we have to be interested in that type of life or that kind of
Mhm.
environment to even want to go. It is tarnished, brother, and it's
No,
and it's
we
racism.
agree with
But
that enough, fire.
Dada,
But
Yeah.
that's another
Dada,
point I'm making now.
Dada. So I
Mm.
want go forward to what you were saying about
Mhm.
African people always like beating down Haiti. I'm with me here
Mhm.
all the time. Me
Yes,
all
Mm.
the
sir.
time. A
I'm
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
pastor,
that, brother.
me hear a pastor say, when the
Mm-hmm.
hurricane are coming out, he said, in prayer, I fit in prayer, but in prayer, make the hurricane miss Jamaica,
Mhm.
and when they miss Jamaica, it end up directly in Haiti, right?
Mhm. So
Yeah,
So
I
me I say no.
pray that part, I pray
yeah.
that part,
So
Yeti.
me I say, and I mean, what a wicked
What
to
a
me, when I say
wicked
what a
God, man. What a
wicked
wicked
God,
God.
what a
What a
wicked
wicked
God.
God, man.
It's what a terrible God because Jamaica can withstand a hurricane more than Haiti.
Mhm.
And
Right.
Especially
God
after going through
him so
a
wicked.
earthquake like what I got through the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even
And
the
Haiti
earthquake
had
and
had
everything there
so
and
much tribulations, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
much,
Yes,
right.
man.
sir.
So much, yeah.
So you start, rewind the clock and look on it like why people of African descent are like this about
Yes,
Haiti.
sir. Yes,
Because
sir.
the
I used
way
to say like
they present Haitians, brother, is the
no, it's
stigmatization of
it's
Haitians.
not Haitians. Bingy, it's not
It's
Haitians.
Haiti.
It's not
No,
It's
I'm
Haitians.
Haiti.
saying is the way the West portray the Haitians.
No, it's
No, I
not the
say
way
No?
they
that
portray
Haitians is
Asians, it's
Haiti.
the way they portray Africans
Haiti.
because in the
African.
West, Asian has the most African retention.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
Asians get what
They would
Africa,
have wanted the Africans. Yeah, man.
Africans. So
Right.
everything Asian is bad, just like everything
African
African is
is bad.
bad,
African.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Mhm.
So and the mental slavery of the West, black people in the West, you know what I mean? You're taught everything Africa is bad, so everything Asian is also bad.
Mhm.
Yeah, because
And
I'm
and,
saying to the eye,
and
the propaganda is real about Haiti itself
Yeah,
and the
man.
people.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
Even, for
Yes, sir.
example, right? When the war, when Toussaint Louverture and them, for example, rebelling, right? You
mm-hmm,
know why? What the French say is the voodoo that they get them out the island, So they even use
Mhm.
the
Different
religious
practices.
practices, brother,
Yeah, man.
for the world to view them as this evil people. African
Yes,
people in
sir.
the West believe that.
Yes, sir.
Africans
yeah. But
Yes, sir.
but
disassociate with them because them also
Bingy,
think they're wicked.
Bingy, but you have to also understand why too. Because
Yeah.
remember, Asians, Asians freed the island. So slave
Yeah.
masters didn't want the America, the Canada, the Jamaica to be
To
free. So
get
guess
a
what?
wind of that.
Yes.
No, so
So
they must find
beaten,
something negative.
so beaten,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So
Yes.
it was, I mean,
Yes.
beat and whip into people that everything we here
Right.
to do is
Bad.
bad for you. So
Yeah,
it
man.
after a while that's that, hey, don't
But
practice
that's why
voodoo
it's
because
the
it is bad.
stigmatization and
So
we
it was a
buy into it though. Africans buy
yeah.
into it
So
even today.
yeah,
Even
And
so
today.
so this
but look,
bring
but
us
look at this,
to
look at this, look at this, look at this. If Asians use voodoo to free Haiti or free the army
from the French.
Hispaniola,
It can't be
that
bad.
means maybe we could also use voodoo or whatever
To
witchcraft
free
to be.
ourselves.
But
To
we are
free
so
ourselves.
yourself.
afraid. But the real thing, we are so afraid of what the slave master will do to us. Yeah.
Yo,
So,
but to the point of I make no fire, may I say, would I like to see African people stand in solidarity, brother. And say,
Yeah.
listen, we not go at DR, brother. We not go at DR. Because if I sound of these African people, we not supporting the economy, we not deal nothing.
Dada,
That me want to see, brother.
the mental slavery is a real thing, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
The impact where them thing that have from our brain, you know, is real, you know.
Real,
Remember,
man, we know
can't
this one.
even we are trying to show some people say, oh, some things that them are do, like stop using money and buy jewelry. Stop using money and buy these pretty car for just show off. You know what I mean? Stop, because all you do is support a system we are bring you down. You know what I mean? And now uplift yourself. So and them can't see that. You understand? So them now go see say, boy, then if you go get a cheap weekend in a DR and get two girls, you know what I mean? For $20. You know what I mean? Them now go see them thing there. Them a look on
No. No.
as them have to enjoy themselves. You know what I mean? Me have to enjoy myself. Me have
So
to, you know what I mean,
so
live.
these are reasons why it's going to be difficult for us as a people to elevate and liberate. You see me I deal it? Because if something as straightforward as this, we are say, oh, we just have to look on with petty pleasures. His Majesty call it petty passions. You see me I deal with?
Yeah.
Yeah. We
But
can't
men are
look beyond
dri-
them things. There.
but men are typically driven by mundane things, Raps. Mundane
Naturally.
because they're ignorant.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that at the point, that when we look on the whole setting, I say right now, me I call for the black people, them say, brother, we now go out there until we start do the right thing, brother.
So
That's my call.
so we are canceling. So the perfect balance trod class canceling DR
Yes, sir.
as a destination.
But then,
Yes, sir.
for
For African
Africans.
people.
but then you're joining the cancel culture, you know.
Well, we are going to
Yeah,
cancel for
no,
the right
that's different.
reasons.
This is
We are going to
necessary.
cancel for the right reasons.
Yes.
We are going to cancel for the right reason. We're not going to cancel for some little foolishness.
We go full
Where you just
go
a try to
full
stop
foolishness.
our first
But here's the
progress.
problem
Hey.
with that, right? Remember, you know, it still have Africans living in DR. So black
Yes.
people still had the necessity to go to the DR.
No, the black people in there need to come out. Because since them say they
They
don't want to,
know
them
that
not
they
come out and
land.
go build up a place.
It's not
No,
just
that
come
they
out.
homeland.
It's not come out, you know. It's not come out. The
Yeah.
government of DR should start
Yes.
oppressing black people in
Black
DR.
people,
Yes.
That's what we are.
naturally.
Yes.
So
That is
so the
Yes.
cancel is not for them to leave.
Right.
Is the cancel is
But I
stop
want to say
oppressing our
this,
people.
that the president, they are now saying he trying to reverse policies, racial policies against Haitians.
He's
Let me
trying
see
to
if
do
I
what?
find. Remove all the racial policies against Haitians. Let me see if I find the article here. But I think I just read it.
Yeah, man. So I want
Yeah.
them to
The
I say
issue,
that mental
issues at that sore
slavery.
point. The issues at that sore point in Dominican Republic, but I strongly believe that it's a system that is oppressing us through immigration. Everywhere we go, we find
Yes,
that issue
sir.
there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
We
man.
agree with that fire.
Them just
But what we are
blatant.
saying, Yaga, we are saying, that you go to a civil war, brother. Oh, you
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
deport over 200,000 people who then run from a civil war, brother.
They even close the border.
But Dada,
That's what
Yeah.
I say for you.
Dada, technically these people should be DR citizens. They are talking
Agreed.
about people, you know, we don't know nothing about no 18, you know.
Right, agreed.
Them parents don't know nothing about
Nothing about
18, you know.
18, you know. All
You know what I
right.
mean? Maybe all them grandparents don't know nothing about 18 at all. Long them
Generations them live there.
generation in a DR, you know.
Generations them live there, yeah.
But just
But we are
because
talking
them just
but we
because
are
of the
talking about
black skin, you know, them never get the
This
chance to go through the process of becoming full citizens, you know. And them
Yeah.
can't give them the
Yeah.
opportunity,
them
you know.
not get that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and that exists in other places too, you know.
Yeah,
That
man.
exists in other places too.
We've seen something similar recently in UK where those millions generation went over
So
to
the same thing, man. The same thing, man.
So that's what
I same thing,
that's
you know.
what a lot of countries are silent on the issue because they are guilty of the same practices as well.
Yo, them want to go through, cause if they are do it, maybe we can
It
do it
create
too.
precedents. It create precedents.
Yeah.
Yeah, it create precedents. Yeah, man, but like me, I say, I will have called for the international community to say, take a stand in this matter because this is a matter that need to be addressed. The country is going through a civil war, and if people require asylum, if the closest place them can get to is the Dominican Republic, it is not a just system for the Dominican Republic can look on these people and try to kick them out just because of them ethnicity. But
Yes, sir. You find it, Bingy?
Yeah, it says Dominican President Abinader seek to normalize relations with Haiti. That's the article. That's
article.
the headline.
What does
So
that even mean?
right. So
That's more talk, man.
right.
Yeah, what
So
that mean?
right. What does it mean? I think it say they're gonna stop cracking down. The article go on to say they enter in a new term where they're gonna ease up the crackdown on Haitians crossing the border.
I thought
So
they want to talk, brother, because if I the same
well,
president
so that's what I'm
gone in
saying.
and
So
now,
let's see. That was
yeah,
that was on the 6th,
yeah.
September 6th.
I thought they want to talk, man.
Well,
Because
we had
I him see him want to spearhead this a
yeah,
deportation
yeah.
drive right now.
Well, that was
Yeah.
September 6th. So now, so Ras, everything is talk until we see action. So, but the first step is talk. Yeah,
Natural.
right? The first
Yeah.
step is talk. So now
Natural.
we had to
Natural.
hold them accountable still, you know.
Right.
We had to be able to
Yeah.
hold them accountable to that. You make a
Yes, sir.
statement,
Yes,
you
sir.
say you're
Yes,
going
sir.
to do
My
this.
lord.
Well,
My
let us
lord.
see
Me
you
say,
doing it.
no African person is supposed to then look for book no ship go on a DR on a holiday, brother,
Yeah,
until
yeah,
them fix up this,
Yeah,
brother.
man.
yeah,
Blatant
yeah.
racism.
It
Blatant.
is. It is. That's all it
Yeah, man.
is.
Yeah,
All
man.
it is.
Blatant racism, man.
Is that well? It's a
Yeah,
history and
we have to take
you know.
we have to take a stand. We have to take a stand
Yeah,
for something, man. You
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? There's
Yes,
it's a
sir.
too
history.
much other country, too much other places there in the Caribbean.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
And
You have
nice,
options.
Yeah.
It's
nice.
not like you don't have options. You have options.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
Yeah,
mean? You have
Yes,
options.
sir.
We don't have to go a DR.
Yeah.
And so I think we them half over there too. We don't even need them thing
We
either.
don't need them, the thing they need, brother. You see?
Yeah, we them half we don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but
It's a very touchy topic.
yeah,
right.
man.
It's a
One of them
very
top it there.
yeah,
Very
Yeah.
man.
touchy.
Yo, it
You
burn me, man,
get
yo.
the blood boiled, you know?
Yeah, man, it
Yeah.
burn me, man.
It is being rooted in colonial divisions and racism, you get me, and also the political conflict that is going on. So we see these
Yeah, but
tendencies.
we in the Caribbean too feel, right? Because we, the countries in the Caribbean, who majority black governments throughout the Caribbean, we have failed to support Haiti too. Help them
Yes,
Yeah.
in real
yes,
Yeah, man, we feel,
meaningful
man.
ways.
We
We
yes.
in
feel.
the Caribbean, we have
Because
failed them,
Jamaica,
and yet they have never failed us. Because of them, we fight for our independence. We fight for freedom
yeah,
because
yeah,
of
man.
Haiti. You know, Haiti
Yeah,
is
man.
our
Yeah, man. Them are
light,
the
you know, and
backbone.
we
Them are the
fail
blueprint.
backbone of
them.
As a
Caribbean
We have
blueprint.
freedom, brother.
failed them.
Them are
Yes,
backbone to Caribbean freedom,
Yeah.
brother. Them are the
yes,
backbone to
yes,
Caribbean
I.
freedom. And
We
them,
fail them.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you
man.
Yeah,
see, yeah.
So
And
at
every
least
time
leaders need to
when them
develop a
require
backbone, man,
assistance,
and do the right thing, you know?
yes,
every
I.
time when them require assistance,
Yes,
them quick. We in the Caribbean quick. We just brush them off our shoulder like say, and then nothing. And we need
Yeah,
to
man.
stop it,
And
brother.
that's how we
We
look
need to
on them.
stop it.
I mean, I say,
yeah.
if they are them afraid of voodoo, so yo, right now I feel like say me should know some voodoo because I
Yes,
feel
sir.
like say me that make a good voodoo priest. And the way me look at voodoo, are them thing there is like having a firearm. A firearm in a good person hand is not gonna hurt nobody, but if it's a bad person hand, maybe they're gonna hurt some people. So it's like
True.
a firearm. You know what I
Man,
mean?
And we
I
must
do good
we
people
must
them.
realize
I
that
do
the
good to the one.
Oh
but the
man.
stigmatization around voodoo itself, voodoo
Yeah.
as part of the Orisha tradition is not the way they tell you voodoo is, you know. Voodoo
No,
are no
them tell
evil
about black
thing, you know.
magic.
Yeah, them
Them
tell
tell
you about
about black
black
magic.
magic and all that.
Them
That is
not tell about
that's
voodoo. Them a tell about black
nonsense.
magic.
Nonsense,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
nonsense. Art. Part of the
yeah.
And
original Orisha.
when you see African people quick to say Haitian voodoo and whatever. But we check out every
Right.
cultural people on
Yeah,
earth,
a religious
every
Them
people
practices.
have the mystics
They
in
they
have
it.
it.
have something
They
similar,
have it.
Mystica. Yeah, man,
some
they have the
different
Same
mystics
names.
way.
in it, man.
Hey, you
Same
see,
way.
Jamaica in Jamaica, burn out Hobia, burn out Voodoo, all of the African one them. And me live to say, India, Indian pan TV, a Indian man, I say him can come to him. Advertisement, pan TV,
In a
come to
Jamaica.
him because him can make you get work, him can make you get visa,
In a
him can make
Jamaica.
in a Jamaica pan Jamaica
In a Jamaica,
TV,
man, Jamaica TV.
Indian man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I say,
Yeah.
how are this? So no, Obia this. With a different name. So the same thing, our little Obia man.
It's not,
So
an
what you know,
African,
man?
brother. It's not an African.
Well, I know. Me no remember them call it. But me I say, our little Obia man, them a Jamaica do a long time. And I get a fight. So
Right.
him now, them carrying somebody from India to come take
Yeah,
the little
but-
food out with the Obia man.
The government of profit tax in Jamaica.
Well, you gotta look on it. Our little Obia man are doing little things from long time. I make people get visa, and make people get work.
eat have
And
one
then bring
food.
in an Indian and put him on
Because eat have
TV.
one food.
We
Well,
eat
me
the
go
man
see-
food.
me go see
Yeah,
Uganda. Me go- me go see
Because
Uganda.
No,
because the thing why he coming with
idea.
the
Mm.
thing why he coming with it had no negative connotation to it, right? Because
That is it.
Rebel Guru, the man who come in is a guru, you know.
Is that
Yes,
The
guru?
man.
man who come in is a guru, you know. So it had no
Yeah.
negative connotation to
Yeah, welcome that man.
guru.
Yeah,
Them
man.
welcome that man.
Yeah.
Because it
welcome
don't look
that.
so, you know what I mean?
The
African.
African.
Looks so
Yeah,
African,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
Indian. For them one,
It's
for them one
high
a bad man. For them one
spiritual
is good.
science, they call that.
Yeah, man. For them one good. So everybody one
Yeah.
is good and for one bad. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. All the
Yeah.
That's a
while.
big high science that.
Yeah, man. It's,
But I would say we have to
yeah,
look by.
yeah, high
We don't
science.
know how African people look on the way. They say if Haiti use it to do such good, we can use it also to do
Mhm.
all of that good.
But
So maybe
Uncle
everybody
Bono,
should try to learn some voodoo.
I tell you this, them is things people supposed to know still, you know, we as a people,
Yes, sir.
right? When we talk about the high sciences,
Yeah.
right? Them is things we supposed to indulge with. You know why? Because
'Cause our
what they have
culture.
figured out is how to interact with this
With nature.
that we
Yeah,
in,
man.
right?
man.
Yeah,
Let us
man.
say start
Nature.
from, man.
Netta.
Nature.
Netta.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Yes,
Bingy.
I.
the bingy,
Hey.
the way I see them thing they know
Yeah,
is
man.
an understanding of the way our nature working now.
Yes,
If you
I.
notice, just
Yes,
think of
I.
the voodoo man is a man where in a nature, you know.
Science.
We have to
Yeah.
find him in a nature, you know, because you know what I mean, he's a man we're really in tune with nature, you know. So it
Yes.
means that if you're this and this, make
Go
this
together to
happen.
do that. Yeah,
This
man.
Yeah.
and this, make
Yes,
that happen.
I.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's a man we're in tune or a woman we're in tune with
With
nature. You know
Yeah,
what I
That's
mean?
how we
So I
Yeah,
didn't
man.
with the
rule.
eye. I didn't with the eye want in tune with nature because I make some things happen. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
You know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
them is
bro.
the practices we have to
Got me
move
feel
back
like a
to,
rock
though.
rabbi, you know.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
I find true
Yeah.
passion, you know.
If that did not school, you'd have taken a course there.
Yes, man.
Eh,
Yes, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Because
Yeah, man, a greatness,
me always
man.
like, we see, you know, so me head wrap up. I just two pencil more and you know, and pencil, yeah, so. And I want to feather over here, so now.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm ready.
Hey.
For
You know, me there work. Me there work one day, you know, I have a pencil on my head. So, and man, them take a picture and they want make a video and say, yo, that the picture that can't go in a video.
eh.
That's it, Chacha.
Give, all right.
Yeah, give
Yeah,
thanks,
Yes,
give
man,
man.
thanks,
give thanks.
So, I go end this section of the balance views with a quote from Marcus Garvey. Quote, we must give up the silly idea of folding our hands and waiting on God to do everything for us. If God had intended for that, then he would not have not have given us mind. Whatever you want in life, you must make up your mind to do it for yourself. This has been another
Perfect.
session of the Balanced Views. And I mean, give thanks Rasdada, give thanks Bingi, give
Yes, man. Give
thanks
thanks for
Yaga.
it.
I am Okovango, the Rebel Guru. Back over to you, Dada. Give
Yes, sir.
thanks.
Give thanks, man.
Yeah,
Great,
man.
great, great. One again. One for the records, one for the books. You know.
Yeah, man.
Wanna also remind the viewers to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so that whenever we upload a video, you'll be notified. We also want to tell you to comment, leave your comment. Those of you who are on other platforms as well, we want you to make this issue that we spoke about today viral. We want you to make this something that is spoken about amongst African people globally, where we can organize ourselves to take action to stop the marginalization of Haitian people as they go through this terrible ordeal, both internally with the civil unrest and on the national level with their relations with the Dominican Republic. This is the conclusion of another Balanced View. We are the Perfect Balance Trod Class. Thank you for your ongoing and continued support. And we look forward to meeting with you again as we discuss other relevant topics to our future. Thank you.